Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. In the video today, I'm going to be going over 5 different items that I cook in my air fryer nearly every week. And I could have titled this video 5 keto things I cook in my air fryer every week, but they all happen to also be carnivore. So there's keto and then a little bit narrower inside. Underneath the umbrella of keto is carnivore, and all of these things that I cook in my air fryer are carnivore friendly. Also, the video today is sponsored by Dreo Chef Maker. So I love that the Dreo Chef Maker works as an air fryer. It looks like an air fryer. It takes up the same amount of space as a regular air fryer, and it has an air fry setting where you can make any air fryer recipe that you already have and already love. But the amazing thing about the Chef Maker is that it has all kinds of upgrades. It does more than just an air fryer. So all of these recipes I'm going to be making today, you can make in your regular air fryer. I'm going to show you how I do it in my Dreo Chef Maker, and if there is an option to make it a little simpler with the Dreo Chef Maker, I will show you that as well. But if you just have a regular air fryer, stay tuned because you can make all of these recipes in your air fryer. Number 1, the first thing I make in my air fryer, I'm not even going to say nearly every week on this one because I make it multiple times a week, and that is steak. And I never throw a steak in the air fryer, turn it on full blast, and cook it until it's done. Fully cooking a regular steak in an air fryer is tricky. If you cook it long enough to get any kind of a crust on it, the inside's gonna be way overdone. And if you cook it till it's still nice in the center, it's still really pale on the outside. So in a regular air fryer, what I do is I use it as a reverse sear tool. And so basically what that means is I put my steak into the air fryer and I cook it at a very low temperature, and that just warms up the steak to a little higher of a temperature, like whatever temperature you want. And then once it's warmed up to that temperature, you take it and you just do a quick sear on the stove. So you don't have to keep it on the stove for a really long time and worry about overcooking the outside while the inside is still completely cold. It really makes cooking a nice steak easy. So in a regular air fryer, there's not an exact recipe for this because it really depends on the thickness of your steak and how you want your steak cooked. So this is one that you're gonna have to play with and find the exact timing that you need for the type of steak that you have. I like to set my air fryer to 200 degrees. And for example, if I'm cooking a 1-inch thick New York steak or ribeye steak, I will usually set the time to between 10 and 14 minutes, depending on how rare I want it cooked. Usually 12 is my sweet spot for that 1-inch thick steak. That's gonna give me a nice rare steak, but you can add a couple minutes, add even more if you like your steak well done. You can take off a couple of minutes if you want the blue rare where it's still cool in the middle. Again, you're just gonna have to play with it to find exactly how you like your steaks cooked. If you have the Dreo Chef Maker, one of the features that they have is a probe. So it actually connects to the Chef Maker, you stick it into the meat, and you can cook your steak to the exact temperature that you want. You can either use the probe cook where you're just cooking the steak to the temperature that you want, and then you can pull it out and sear it in the pan if you want that really nice crust on it. They also have the chef mode where you can put the probe in, you stick your steak in, you choose the cut of steak that it is from the menu, and the Chef Maker will cook it from start to finish. When you pull it out, it's ready to eat. I always say that if you want the best sear on it, to just do the probe cook and then sear it on the stove. But if you're in a hurry and you want a nice steak with a pretty good crust on it, you can't beat the convenience. It's basically the convenience of a pressure cooker, set it and forget it, but then getting a perfectly cooked steak in the end. So it's a beautiful thing. Number 2, frozen burger patties. This is my favorite convenience tip. Anytime I need a meal quickly and I have forgotten to pull things out of the freezer to defrost ahead of time, this is my go-to. It's so simple and easy, and even my kids know how to do it, and so they can just make themselves a burger patty really fast. I get the 1/3 of a pound frozen burger patties from Costco. 4 of them fit in my air fryer at a time. They kind of overlap a little bit when I first put them in, but then as soon as they start cooking, they shrink down a little bit and they lay down just fine. So I put them in my air fryer, I sprinkle them with with whatever seasonings I want. Oftentimes it's just salt because I'm looking for convenience and simple. And I throw that in the air fryer for 10 to 14 minutes. And these ones I will flip halfway through. So typically I'll flip them, add more salt to the other side, finish cooking them, and they're good to go. If I do want to make them into cheeseburgers, I just wait until there's like maybe 45 seconds left on the cook time, throw the cheese on there, let them cook for the last 45 seconds, and then you've got cheeseburgers. Third thing I cook in my air fryer nearly every week is chicken wings. And it used to be that I would cook these a lot more often, but they have gotten so expensive lately that it's a little fewer and farther between that I cook chicken wings. But for a special treat, we love to have air fryer chicken wings. So there are all kinds of different seasonings and sauces you can use for air fryer chicken wings. And I will put a few of my favorite air fryer chicken wing recipes in the description of this video so you can check them out after this video is over. But the very basic, easiest way to make air fryer chicken wings is to throw the wings into your air fryer. Make sure they're not too crowded so they are able to crisp up well. You can season them with whatever seasonings you like, even if it's just salt, or if you are going to be dunking them in like buffalo sauce or barbecue sauce afterwards, you can just cook them as is without seasoning ahead of time. The sauce will coat them at the end and it'll be plenty of seasoning. In the Dreo Chef Maker, there is a chicken wing mode, so you can go into the chef mode option, go to poultry, choose chicken wings, set it and forget it. You don't even have to shake them or anything. When I cook chicken wings in my regular air fryer, typically I will do 400 degrees for anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes. Usually 18 minutes is where it ends up. You do want to make sure that you shake them and try to make them flip halfway through. That's going to get them the most crispy. And then if you seasoned them, you can just eat them as is. If you need some sauce, you can toss them in sauce. If you want to make just regular buffalo chicken wings, the sauce is super simple. We like to do 1 part butter, 1 part Frank's Red Hot sauce. Melt the butter, mix that together, and then you just dunk your chicken wings in there. The higher the ratio of Frank's Red Hot sauce to butter, the spicier the sauce is going to be, so you can adjust that as you want to. Number 4 is also a chicken option, and this one is chicken tenders. I have a recipe for protein breading that is completely carnivore. The main 3 ingredients are egg white powder, pork rind crumbs, and gelatin. I like to use beef gelatin. I have lots of videos talking about all different ways to use this protein breading for all kinds of like comfort foods. So delicious, but it makes an amazing air fryer chicken strip. So you can take chicken tenders, dip them in some kind of a liquid. I often use like a beaten egg with a little bit of cream. I've also done a buttermilk fried chicken recipe where I dipped them or marinated them in buttermilk with lots of spices and then toss them in the protein breading. Depending on what you're going for with the chicken strips, you can add different kinds of seasonings. If you want it to be like a chicken parmesan, you could add some Italian seasoning and some garlic and some grated Parmesan cheese in there. So these can be done in the air fryer either from fresh or from frozen. So if you make a big batch and you freeze some, they're really simple to throw into the air fryer and cook them straight from frozen. So it's another really convenient thing if you put in the prep work ahead of time. So once they are dipped in whatever liquid of choice you use and then tossed in the breading mixture, you just put them in the air fryer. I like to give them a little spray with cooking spray. I like to use avocado oil or the Wagyu tallow spray. Throw them in the air fryer. They don't take very long to cook, but of course it does depend on the size of the chicken strips. Typically I will do 400 degrees for 6 to 10 minutes, depending on the size of the chicken strips. And I've done them both where I flip them halfway through and other times where I don't, usually because I get busy and forget to flip them. And they both turn out pretty good. I do recommend flipping them for maximum crispiness all the way around. Last one, number 5, is another chicken option. We love to do air fryer chicken thighs. We always prefer boneless chicken thighs, but we do sometimes like them with skin on, sometimes like them with skin off. So if I get bone-in, skin on chicken thighs, I will usually remove the bone. Works really well with kitchen shears, and then cook those in the air fryer. If I am cooking chicken thighs with the skin on, I don't flip them halfway through. I want that skin to get nice and crispy, so I put them in a single layer. I'll season them on both sides, and then I will cook them for anywhere from 16 to 20 minutes. Again, it's gonna depend on the size of your chicken thighs And of course, with all of these recipes, I recommend checking the temperature, making sure it's cooked all the way through rather than only going on a cook time. With boneless, skinless chicken thighs, we love marinating those. There's all different kinds of marinades you can do. One of our favorites is like an Asian marinade where you can use tamari or you can use coconut aminos, add in some spices like garlic and onion, and then we usually add in like a squirt of sriracha sauce, mix that up. It makes an incredible marinade. Let it marinate for at least 30 minutes up to, 4 hours or so, and then you can cook them in the air fryer. Again, it's going to be somewhere between 16 and 20 minutes, and these ones you can flip halfway through, although you don't have to, but if you want to get the even crispiness on both sides, flip it halfway through. I hope you found all of these recipe ideas helpful. Let me know your favorite things to cook in an air fryer in your house. I would love to hear that. Also, let me know if you enjoy this kind of top 5 video, and I will definitely work on doing some more this style. Don't forget to head over and check out the Dreo Chef Maker if that's something you're interested in. They are doing a 25% off deal from now until December 31st. So maybe if you don't get exactly what you wanted for Christmas, you could return some items and maybe pick up the Chef Maker on a good deal. Thanks so much for hanging out in the kitchen with me today. I will see you in the next video.